Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Continuing our top 15 series. We've got something special lined up for you today. I know so many of you have been asking for a customer reviews analysis for this one. Well, we're finally doing it. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Now, let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Let's start by delving into the insights shared by our first reviewer.
This reviewer purchased this monitor over a year ago, initially drawn to its impressive specifications at a surprisingly low price point. Despite concerns about the brand's relative obscurity and the monitor's unusually large size and feature set, the reviewer took a chance, confident in the retailer's return policy. The experience has been largely positive, with the monitor exceeding expectations in several key areas. The advertised specifications, including mini-LED backlighting with numerous zones, proved accurate. The reviewer noted genuinely deep blacks, a significant improvement over traditional backlighting, and consistent, effective HDR performance, albeit with occasional issues requiring manual adjustment of auto HDR settings. Color accuracy, while not professionally calibrated, appeared excellent for photo editing, exhibiting natural saturation and a wide color gamut. The 144Hz refresh rate is also a significant asset, providing noticeably smoother visuals in games and other applications that support high refresh rates, with consistent FreeSync performance. However, the monitor is not without its shortcomings. The on-screen display, OSD, menu navigation, controlled by 4 multifunction buttons, is cumbersome and confusing, and a joystick-based system would be a vast improvement. Furthermore, the monitor's response times are slow, waking from sleep and establishing connections, particularly via USB-C, often takes an extended period. This, along with slow power on and power off cycles, is a significant inconvenience. The reviewer notes the lack of firmware updates to address these performance issues, despite contacting the manufacturer. The monitor's design is understated, though the silver finish feels somewhat cheap. While the reviewer appreciates the thin bezels and the absence of excessive RGB lighting, a matte black finish would enhance the overall aesthetic. Connectivity is excellent, featuring multiple HDMI and DisplayPort inputs, as well as a USB-C port with 90 watts power delivery. However, using the USB-C port at 4K resolution limits the refresh rate to 120 Hz, likely a limitation of the USB-C specification itself. Overall, despite minor software and performance drawbacks, this reviewer is highly satisfied with the monitor's performance and value. The image quality, refresh rate, and connectivity options largely outweigh the shortcomings, making it a compelling choice. Future firmware updates could address the remaining issues, further improving an already impressive product.
Great! Now let's see what our next reviewer has to say about their experience.
This reviewer purchased this monitor about a year ago and remains highly impressed, despite some notable drawbacks. The picture quality is exceptional, largely due to the excellent local dimming capabilities. The panel itself is of superior quality, comparable to much more expensive monitors from other brands, resulting in vibrant, sharp images with impressive response time and refresh rate. Connectivity is also a strong point, with seamless USB-C integration for charging and displaying content from a MacBook Pro, and smooth operation with a desktop PC using DisplayPort and a USB-B cable for its KVM functionality. The autosource switching is intuitive and efficient, while a built-in feature that prompts the user to take breaks is appreciated and effective. However, the monitor's user interface presents significant challenges. The functionality is poorly explained, requiring considerable online research to decipher. For instance, enabling HDR functionality is not straightforward and interacts unexpectedly with the local dimming setting. The lack of clarity concerning the interplay between these features caused initial confusion, although the reviewer eventually determined that the monitor's HDR setting inherently activates local dimming, making it a non-issue. Less frequently, the monitor's auto-wake function has failed, requiring manual intervention. Furthermore, the built-in brightness sensor is largely ineffective when using HDR or local dimming. The monitor also lacks HDR certification, preventing automatic HDR detection for various video formats. While this limitation exists, the reviewer has always used the monitor with HDR enabled and found the results superb. The CUVIM functionality, though present, is separate from source selection, meaning that switching between computers requires separate actions for video sources and USB devices. Finally, the monitor's considerable weight necessitates a robust monitor arm. A lack of official online support or updates is another minor inconvenience. Despite these shortcomings, the reviewer considers this monitor one of the best currently available in its price range, surpassing other monitors they've owned. The overall quality, especially the image quality, outweighs the minor issues. If the price is favorable, this reviewer strongly recommends this monitor.
Great! Now let's see what our next reviewer has to say about their experience.
This reviewer was initially hesitant about this monitor, particularly given its surprisingly low price point. Their previous monitor, a 9-year-old model with a VA panel, had served them well, but the desire for a 4K display with a higher refresh rate for gaming, alongside continued use for professional applications in Windows 11, prompted the upgrade. Concerns about OLED burn-in, a significant risk given their work habits, led them to explore mini-LED options. After extensive research, this particular monitor stood out, and despite initial skepticism, it exceeded expectations. Upon receiving the monitor, setup was straightforward, though mastering the controls took some time. The image quality, particularly after adjusting the saturation and enabling HDR, was stunning. The reviewer noted the absence of dead pixels and attested to the breathtaking visuals of 4K HDR videos, emphasizing that the visual impact is far greater than descriptions can convey. While some blooming was observed in high-contrast scenes, it was largely unnoticeable in typical use. Brightness levels significantly surpassed those of OLED displays. Gaming performance at 120 Hz with a high-end graphics card proved exceptional, showcasing significantly improved detail and visual fidelity in 4K compared to their previous 1440p display. The reviewer anticipates further visual improvements in their gaming library. Productivity applications also benefited from the sharp, clear display, with excellent text rendering and scaling. The overall user experience for work tasks, such as spreadsheet, word processing, and presentation software, was described as great. Movie viewing was equally impressive. The built-in speakers were not assessed as the reviewer uses an external sound system. The monitor's aesthetics were also well received. The design was deemed unassuming but not cheap-looking, and the unexpected backlighting added a pleasing touch. The stand was sturdy and provided a stable setup. In conclusion, this reviewer found this monitor to be an exceptional value, highly recommending it as an alternative to OLED displays for those seeking high-resolution visuals and a high refresh rate without the risk of burn-in. While long-term durability remains untested, the initial experience was overwhelmingly positive.